Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Saturday, June 24, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. The Cubs crossed the pond as one of the hottest teams around, flying high on a 3-game sweep at Pittsburgh before departing. They've gone 10-2 over their last 12 games, with 3 shutouts in that stretch and 9 on the season, second most. Their pitching staff posted a 3.95 team ERA through 74 games, 11th overall, and their 1.26 team whip ranked 9th. This is Steele's second start since return from a brief Illinois stint. Last time out he allowed 2 runs, 5 hits and walked 1 over 5 innings, throwing just 74 pitches against the Orioles. He picked up a win against the Cardinals back on May 10th after allowing 3 runs over 6 innings. The Cards were on a 4-game win streak before the Nationals swatted them down on Wednesday and made their flight a little longer. Entering London, they'd gone 4-7 over their previous 11 games. Just when it looked as if the St. Louis offense was getting going, scoring 30 runs in their 4-game win streak, they get shut out and manage 7 hits, 6 of them singles. Lars Nootbaar was the only batter with 2 hits and an extra base hit, his 8th double of the season. The St. Louis outfielder has played in just 3 games since he returned from lower back contusion, and those were his first 2 hits since May 26. The Cubs have been playing much better baseball than the Cardinals recently, and they are in a much better position than when they first met. Chicago has won their last 4 series convincingly, while the Cardinals have struggled. Cubs pitcher Steele has been consistently good this season, and he has a good track record against the Cardinals. He got 11 strikes swinging in his previous start against the Cardinals, and they had a hard time catching up to him. Cardinals pitcher Wainwright has also been prone to allowing runs this season. He has allowed at least 3 runs in all but one of his starts. The Cubs are hitting well, and they are likely to jump on Wainwright. Chicago is 6-0 in their last 6 against NL Central opponents and 6-1 in their last 7 against a right-handed starter. St. Louis is 1-5 in their last 5 against NL Central opponents. Based on these factors, I believe that the Cubs are the better team and that they will win the game. I recommend taking the Cubs on the money line. Previous games at London Stadium have been high-scoring affairs, with an average of 25 runs per game. The last time the Cubs and Cardinals met, they scored 14 combined runs. Steele is still working his way back from an injury, and this is only his second start. He threw only 74 pitches in his last start, so it's unclear how many pitches he'll be able to throw in this game. Wainwright has allowed at least 2 earned runs in every start this season, and he's given up at least 4 runs in 3 of his 8 starts. He's also given up 3 home runs in his last 2 starts. The over has hit in 9 of the Cubs' last 11 games against an NL Central team. Based on these factors, I believe that the over is the best bet for this game. New York Mets vs Philadelphia Phillies. The New York Mets are doing a decent job at the plate this season, as they are 16th in the majors with a .719 team ops while averaging 4.49 runs per game. They are hitting decently on the road this season, as they are slashing .249, .327, .402, while scoring 4.83 runs in their 42 road games so far. First baseman Pete Alonso is going to have to step up as he has a .862 ops with 23 homers, 51 RBI, 43 runs scored, and a pair of stolen bases without being caught. The Philadelphia Phillies have been hitting decently well as they are currently 13th in the sport with a .736 ops while scoring 4.33 runs per game. Philly has been a tad worse offensively at home this season as they have a .721 ops and averaging 4.28 runs in their 32 home games. Catcher JT Realmuto has hit pretty well as he has a .257, .312, .477 line with 8 homers, 28 RBI, 29 runs scored, and 10 steals on 13 tries. The Mets are the better team in this matchup. They have a more experienced pitcher in Carlos Carrasco, and they have been scoring more runs lately. The Mets have won 17 of the last 21 games against the Phillies, so I would bet on them to win again. The Phillies have been the best pitching team in baseball in June, with a 3.17 team ERA. This means that they should be able to limit the scoring in this game. Both bullpens have been struggling, but the Mets are 20th in the league with a 4.21 reliever ERA, while the Phillies are right behind them with a 4.27 bullpen ERA. The under has hit in 4 of the last 5 games between these two teams, so I would bet on the under of 10 runs in this game. Arizona Diamondbacks vs San Francisco Giants. The Arizona Diamondbacks have been dominating at the plate this season as they are 5th in the majors with a .768 ops while scoring 5.17 runs per game up to this point. Their team has been doing well stealing bases as they are fourth in the sport with 75 steals, while only being caught 12 times. Left fielder Corbin Carroll has been doing incredibly well at the plate as he has a .959 ops with 16 homers, 40 RBI, 57 runs scored, and 23 stolen bases on 25 attempts. The San Francisco Giants have been a strong offensive team at this point of the season as they are currently 9th in MLB with a .746 ops while scoring 4.86 runs per game thus far. They have been hitting the long ball well as they are 9th in the sport with 94 home runs up to this point. Right fielder Michael Conforto has to step up a bit more as he has a .228, .323, .406 slash line with 12 home runs, 37 RBI, 37 runs scored, and a pair of steals without being caught. Looking at the month of June, Merrill Kelly has been on a tear, going 3-0 with a 3.08 ERA and a .198 batting average against. Sean Manaea, on the other hand, has struggled, going 0-0 with a 5.27 ERA. The Diamondbacks' offense has also been better than the Giants' offense in June, with a .797 ops compared to the Giants' .762 ops. Based on these factors, I would bet on the Diamondbacks to win. Both teams' offenses have been on fire lately, scoring an average of 5.4 runs per game for the Diamondbacks and 5.86 runs per game for the Giants in their last 15 and 14 games, respectively. Both teams' pitching staffs have also been struggling with runners in scoring position, with the Giants allowing a batting average of .242 and the Diamondbacks allowing a batting average of .274. Based on these factors, I would recommend betting on the over for this game. Seattle Mariners vs Baltimore Orioles. Seattle will roll with righty Bryce Miller in the second game of this series. He allowed 1 run on 4 hits over 7 innings last Sunday, striking out 6 and winning over the White Sox in another dominant outing. Miller rolled through 5 shutout innings before the White Sox finally broke through with a run in the 6th inning. After giving up 15 runs in a pair of losses, the right-handed rookie has allowed just 2 runs over 13 innings in his last 2 appearances. His season ERA is back down to 3.68 with a 0.88 whip and 45.8 kBB across 51.1 frames. The Mariners exploded offensively in a 10-2 win over the Yankees 2 nights ago. Seattle went into that game 24th in ops and 29th in team batting average, so it was a welcome sight. They have been elite from the mound, serving up the fewest home runs in the majors and top 10 in ERA and whip. J.P. Crawford, bruised right shoulder, sat out for the second consecutive game but was feeling better and is expected to play in the series debut, Game 1, on Friday evening. The Orioles will start right-hander Dean Kremer in Saturday afternoon's matinee. He was charged with 3 runs, 1 earned, over 5 innings on Sunday in a win over the Cubs. Kremer coughed up a leadoff homer to Mike Tauchman in the opening inning and was charged with a pair of unearned runs in the 4th inning when Christopher Morel went deep following a fielding error by Ryan O'Hearn. He notched 7 strikeouts and only issued a pair of walks, getting enough support from Baltimore's O to pick up a win. He will bring a mediocre 4.56 ERA, 1.41 whip, and 72/21 kBB ratio across 81 innings, 15 starts, into this home matchup on Saturday against the Mariners. Baltimore has been steady all year in an ultra-competitive American League East. Entering action Friday, they hold a 45-28 record and getting elite production out of their young guns. Gunnar Henderson is one of them. After hitting .201 with 5 home runs and 14 RBIs in 50 games through the end of May, the third baseman has unloaded in June. He is hitting .359, 19.453, with 6 home runs and 13 RBIs in the 14 games this month. Bryce Miller has bounced back from 2 rough starts to post 2 dominant outings, allowing 1 run in 7 innings in each start. He has seemingly regained his early season form and the Mariners are coming off a big win over the Yankees. The Mariners are a dangerous team when they get production from both the mound and the plate, and I expect Miller to have another quality start. His season ERA is back down to 3.68 and he has a 0.88 whip and 45 strikeouts to 8 walks. I expect the Mariners to get another win against the Orioles. Dean Kremer is expected to start for the Orioles in Game 2 of this series at home. He has a respectable 4.56 ERA this year and he pitched well in his last start against the Cubs. The Mariners had an offensive explosion in their last game against the Yankees, but they have been inconsistent at the plate overall. They also have the second highest strikeout rate in the majors. I expect Kremer and Bryce Miller to have a strong game and I expect run scoring to be at a premium. Over their last 10 meetings, each team has averaged 7 hits and just over 4 runs. The total has gone under in 5 of Seattle's last 7 games overall. I recommend taking the under in this game.